Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Haribo. Jai. Jai Shishi Guru Gauranga. Radha Giridhari Ju. Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Deva Swami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Rakak Shiradev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. So we've been dipping in on some evenings to the transcendental ocean of sweetness that is the loving search for the lost servant of Guru Maharaj, compiled from his talks by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Goswami Maharaj and his team back in the 1980s. Gave these wonderful books to the lotus hand of Guru Maharaj, who was so happy to see them come out. So I think we are on chapter 3, which is called The Environment. Okay, we'll start with a subsection called Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita. There's a beautiful picture of Krishna and Arjuna drawn up between the great armies of Kurukshetra. Bhagavad Gita. Krishna tells Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, 47th shloka, Karmanyeva dikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala hetu bhur ma te sangostva karmani. Give your full concentration to discharging your duty and not to the result of your work. The result is with me. All responsibility is with me. Higher calculation is like that. The generals say, march, go forward, onward. You have to go. You are my soldiers. Whatever I shall ask you, you must do. You may die, and the victory may come afterwards. That is not your concern. You are soldiers. Many of you will be finished, but the country as a whole will gain. In this way, so many important lives may be sacrificed. And as soldiers, we have no right to calculate whether we shall gain or lose in the long run. There are two things we must be very careful about. We shouldn't think that if we can't enjoy the fruits of our labor, then there is no reason to work. At the same time, we shouldn't think that we must get some share of the fruits. Remembering this, we should go on discharging our duty to Krishna. That is devotion, and that is the meaning of Bhagavad Gita. So in the previous part of this chapter, Guru Maharaj is working on the theme that the environment is your friend. Everything is coming to us from the Lord. It's His prasadam. Everything is coming to us. So we have to adjust our angle of vision and move from the calculative mentality where everything is a filthy calculation of my own, for my own advancement or my own benefit. And that calculative mentality can't stand there in that upper world where everything is an offering, not a calculation. Everything is an offering there without any consideration of reward or whether I shall get something. That's nothing. Bhagavad Gita says, you can't change the environment. If you want peace, you must regulate yourself. You must regulate yourself according to the environment. The whole gist, the whole substance of Bhagavad Gita is found here. The whole purport of Bhagavad Gita is found here. You can't change the environment. If you want peace, you must regulate yourself according to the environment. And Srila Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj would say, religion means proper adjustment with the environment. Very succinctly say that. Try to adjust yourself with the environment because you are not the master of the environment. All your energy should be devoted to regulating yourself and not the outside world. This is the key to success in spiritual life. This is the key to success. Bhakti does not depend on the environment or on the dealings of others. It is ahoitiki apratihata. Nothing can obscure that flow. Nothing can obstruct that flow. Nothing can stop the flow of bhakti except my own ego. I am my own greatest enemy. Udaret atmanatmanam natmanam avasadayet atmaiva yatmano bandhu atmaiva ripa atmana. We can elevate ourselves or degrade ourselves. We are our own best friend or worst enemy. No force outside can check us, can stop us if we are sincere. Of course, for beginners, there is some concern about a proper environment, a good environment for spiritual cultivation. But even that is also dependent on the nature of their sincerity or sukriti. Nahi kalyana krit kaschid durgatim tatagachati. The assurance is given here by Krishna. He says, I'll be there to look after you in any unfavorable circumstance. I am omniscient and I am omnipotent also. So if anyone is directed to me, I'll look after him or her. And it has also been seen in history in the cases of Dhruva, Prahlad, and so many others. Sincerity is invincible. That very famous sutra of Guru Maharaj. Sincerity is invincible. Even obstacles may improve our position if we can take them in the right way. The difficulties can improve our position if we take them in the right way. From a higher angle of vision, it may be seen that everything is coming to help us. From a higher angle of vision, it may be seen that everything is coming to help us. So that was the little section on Bhagavad Gita, and the next little chunk is called Srimad Bhagavatam, and it starts with this shloka chanted by Lord Brahma, one of the prayers of Lord Brahma after his getting into trouble again by thinking he was something very important, stealing cows and stealing boys. But he learned that he wasn't so great after all. And those beautiful prayers that he prays, this is one of those prayers. Tattenu kampam shushamik punjana evatma kritam vipakam hridvag vapubir vidadan namaste jivete yo mukti padasad hayabak. Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 14th chapter, 8th verse, gives us a most hopeful suggestion for all stages of life. Blame yourself and no one else. Maintain your appreciation for the Lord, seeing everything as His grace. At present, we think our circumstances undesirable because they do not suit our present taste. But medicine may not always suit the taste of the patient. Still, it is conducive to health, makes you well. This verse is the highest type of regulation given by the Shastra. This verse is the highest type of regulation given by the Shastra. Tattenu kampam. If you can follow this law, then in no time you will have a very good position. We must be careful not to blame the circumstances, but to appreciate that Krishna is behind everything. Krishna is my best friend. He is the background of everything. Everything is passing through his attentive eyes, so there cannot be any defect there. Even Srimati Radharani says, he is not to blame. This long separation from Krishna is only the outcome of my fate. He should not be blamed for this. Although outwardly it is admitted by all that he had cruelly left the gopis, Radharani is not prepared to blame Krishna. No wrong can be found in him, she thinks. There must be something wrong in me which has brought about this unfortunate situation. The competition between the groups of gopis in the service of Krishna is also harmonized in this way by Radharani. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has explained this most important point. According to him, it is not that Radharani does not like any other party to serve Krishna in competition with her, but she feels that they cannot satisfy Krishna as well as she can. She's not envious. She's not saying, no, I want to do it for me. She's thinking, but they can't do it properly. They don't know how to satisfy him properly. And this should be noted very carefully. She knows that they cannot give proper satisfaction to Krishna, so she cannot appreciate their trying to take her place. That is her contention. She thinks if they could serve Krishna well and fully satisfy him, I would have no complaint. But they can't. And still aggressively they're coming to serve. I can't tolerate that. So we had the chunk of Bhagavad Gita where he says, you can't change the environment. If you want peace, you must regulate yourself according to the environment. The whole gist, the whole meaning of Bhagavad Gita's advice is there. The whole gist. of Bhagavad Gita in that one line. You can't change the environment. If you want peace, you must regulate yourself according to the environment. That was Bhagavad Gita section. This next section was Srimad Bhagavatam, Tattenu Kampam Shishamikshmano, from the 10th canto. And he says, where does he say that? I just want to find the exact words he uses. This verse is the highest type of regulation given by the Shastra. Everything is coming under his loving eye, and there's no defect, there's no problem with it, only in how it's read by us and how we adjust to that. Coming to Gurudev's religion means proper adjustment with the environment. So the next section is entitled The Brahmin Leper. Brahmin with leprosy, the disease leprosy. Kaviraj Goswami has cited an example of this sort of devotion in a historical reference from the Puranas. There was once a chaste wife whose Brahmana husband was a leper. She always tried her best to serve him. One day, while she was bathing her husband at a holy river, he became infatuated, became mesmerized with the extraordinary beauty of a prostitute by the name Laksahira. Her name indicated that she possessed the luster and beauty of 100,000 diamonds. Lakshahira. Lakshahira. The leper Brahmana was irresistibly charmed by her. Upon returning home, his chaste wife detected some dissatisfaction within her husband and inquired, "Why are you so unhappy?" Her husband replied, "I felt some attraction for the beauty of that prostitute, and I can't take my mind off her." "Oh," said his wife, "you want her?" "Yes, I do." "Then I shall try to make the arrangement." Then, because she was poor, the chaste lady, although a qualified Brahmin, began to go to the house of the prostitute every day and work as a maidservant. Although she was aristocratic by birth, she accepted the work of a maidservant without any remuneration. And she did her duty so diligently that she attracted the attention of the prostitute, the mistress of the house, who began to inquire, "Who cleans everything so neatly and beautifully?" And she came to know that a Brahmin lady was coming every morning and performing many menial tasks. The other attendant said, "We tried to stop her, but she would not hear of it. She wants to meet you." The mistress replied, "All right, tomorrow you may bring her to me." Then the next morning, when she was taken to the prostitute, the Brahmin lady expressed her inner motive. "My husband is so attracted to you that it is my desire that you may satisfy him. It is my concern as his devout wife that he be satisfied, and this is his aspiration. So I want to see him happy." Then the prostitute understood everything and said, "Yes, bring him tomorrow. I invite both of you to dine in my house." This was intimated to the Brahmin, and the following day they came. Many dishes were prepared, fitting the occasion. 2 entrees were served. One was prasadam on a plantain leaf, accompanied by Ganges water in an earthen pot, all pure vegetarian food. Side by side with that, in gold and silver dishes, in gold and silver pots were so many meats and rich dishes. They were served with a very nice table arrangement and sitting places. Of the two kinds of foodstuffs, one was sattvic, pure, and the other was rajasic, filled with passion. Then, with folded palms, the prostitute invited the Brahmana and his wife and indicated, "This is Bhagavat Prasadam, and those are rich dishes prepared with meat. Whatever you like, you may take at your sweet will." Immediately the leper Brahmin chose the prasadam and began to take his meal. After he had finished taking prasadam, the prostitute said, "Your wife is like this prasadam, sattvic, and all these rajasic things, meat, rich dishes, gold, silver, this is like me. I am so low, and your wife is the purest of the pure. Your real taste is for this sattvic prasadam. Externally the meat is very gorgeous, but internally it is very impure, filthy, and therefore you are repulsed by it. So why have you come here to me?" Then the Brahmin came to his senses. "Yes, I am wrong. God has sent a message to me through you. My fleeting desire has ended, and now I am satisfied. You are my guru." Kaviraj Goswami has quoted this in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. The chaste lady went to serve the prostitute. Why? For the satisfaction of her husband. So Radharani says, "I am ready to serve those in the opposition camp if they can really satisfy my Lord. I am completely ready to serve them if they can really satisfy Krishna, but they can't. Yet still they have some demand, but I differ on that point. It is not that I am concerned that my share is being lessened. That is not my attitude. Whenever any unfavorable circumstances come, I always think it is coming from within me, Dudaiva Vilasa. I don't find anything corrupt to be traced outside." That should be the attitude of a true devotee of Krishna. With this attitude, we shall be able to see within ourselves that everything is ultimately part of the absolute good. Although it is not very easy, still our energy should be devoted only to collect goodwill from external circumstances. In this way, we should take care to see things in such a way as to purify our own position. So that's the end of the section called the Brahmin leper. And the next section is called a small section. We'll just finish the next small section. It's called Deep Vision Reality. And so we are encouraged by Srimad Bhagavatam to look deeper. We must try to look deeper, and then we shall find our friend. If we are liberal in our attitude toward the environment, we cannot but come in connection with the plane which is really liberal. That is Krishna consciousness in its ultimate reach, if we look deeply into reality with this sort of vision, we shall find our real home. Prahlad boldly met all adverse circumstances, and ultimately he was victorious. The calculation of Prahlad's demoniac father about the environment was falsified, but Prahlad's deeper vision saw reality correctly. He saw that Krishna is everywhere, and Krishna consciousness is commanding the whole. So we must not allow ourselves to be discouraged under any circumstances, however acute they may apparently seem to us. Krishna is there. As much as the circumstances appear to oppose us, it is really not so. If only we can develop the right vision, the smiling face of the Lord will appear from behind the screen. That is Krishna consciousness. Krishna is beautiful, and he is eagerly awaiting to accept our services. So a beautiful, beautiful part of the 3rd chapter called The Environment of the Loving Search for the Lost Serving, full of hope for us and inspiring us to continue with our devotional practice, to adjust ourselves and to read the environment in the to see the reality, not to see our misconceived, calculating, not to see with our misconceived, calculating vision. So very hopeful, very sweet. This was the realization of Lord Brahma, this Tatenu Kampam, after the Brahma Vimohan Leela, the bewilderment of Lord Brahma, the creator of universes. And this is his prayer, as his tears are flowing, forming this Brahmakunda. And he's expressing like that. So this is, like Guru Maharaj says, it's not so easy. We're engaged in the great adventure, the greatest adventure we can ever embark upon. Through the mercy of the Vaishnavas, to try to rectify ourselves and correct our vision. To try to see with new eyes and try to read the environment in a new way. So we can end there for today, and we shall carry on this beautiful loving search for the lost servant on another day. So Srila Bhakti Rakak Shiradev Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev ki jai, Shri Rupanuga Guru Vag ki jai, Srila Bhakti Nimala Acharya Maharaj ki jai, or all the London devotees ki jai. And here we're very fortunate now, we have Shri Padnyasi Maharaj, we have Shri Yukta Bhakti Lalita Devi, and very shortly Shri Yukta Vishaka Devi will also be arriving.